Baka Bukas. Alex is a 23-year-old gay girl based in Manila. She is out to most people except her best friend Jess, who she has been secretly in love with since they were kids. When Jess discovers the truth about Alex, they are forced to confront the feelings they have for each other.
You know what, let's just be friends. With benefits?
Baka Bukas was one of the finalists at the 2016 Cinema One Originals Film Festival's original lineup. This is Samantha Lee's directorial debut film. She stated in an interview for CNN Philippines that this film is the story of what happens when you fall in love with your best friend. Sila-sila. Sila-sila is said to be a ghosting story about a man whose breakups tend to be messy and traumatic not only for him but also for the receiving end. When he encounters his ex-boyfriend again, he finds himself rekindling the feelings he thought were long gone already. Sila-sila is a film that hopes to shed more light on and paint more nuance into what it is to be queer and to live in these queer relationships. It is a film about queer relationships written and directed by gay men, with gay men playing the lead roles.
We'll always be family, right?
Billie and Emma. Set in the mid-90s, the film tells the story of Billie, a troublemaker from the big city, who finds herself exiled to San Isidro to live with her spinster aunt. Billie hides herself from the world until she meets Emma, the ambitious star student who coaxes Billie out of her shell.
Natatakot ka ba?
Together, they explore the fleeting nature of love and life on this journey of growth, laughter and music. Die Beautiful. Trisha is a Filipino transgender woman who suddenly dies while being crowned in a beauty pageant. Her last wish was to be presented as a different celebrity on each night of her wake.
Ako, hulaan mo sino.
Regine Tolentino!
Ayan, no?
It also tackles her whole life when she felt and dealt with problems and successes on living as a Filipina transgender, as well as being controversy at her family.
Hindi nga lang ako babae, pa. Pero akong nanay mo.
Mamu and a Mother Too. A transgender sex worker in her late 40s along Fields Avenue, whose only aspiration is to have breast implants for her profession, unexpectedly assumes the role of a mother to her orphaned niece, a transgender youth who is only beginning to discover her own sexuality.
Ganda ka ba?
Ano yan? Inggit ang tawag dito, sis.
Her difficult confrontations eventually led her to a new attitude towards life and a unique recipe to a famous Kapampangan dish, sisig.
Ulit tanga lang.
Too Cool to Be Forgotten. The film depicts the coming-of-age story of Felix, a friendless and smart high school sophomore who lives in Post-Lahar, Pampanga in the late 1990s. His life takes a turn after the two new half-American students transferred to his school. He interweaves himself to the dark and mysterious motives of the two brothers, and at the same time, his interactions with them uncover desires within him that he has never confronted before.
Magnus.
Adan. Ellen Santa Cruz was a blossoming young lady at 16 years old, but her father Lucas kept her locked up in their remote cottage near their barren farm after they were abandoned by her mother Mara. Her only moments of happiness were those days when her best friend Marian, who worked in town, who came for her monthly visits. It is also about a naive provincial girl who finds a way to get a hold of her independence through the help of her girl best friend, but their actions have nerve-shattering consequences.
Pinatay, nawawalang pera. Krimen ang tawag doon.
Gaya sa Pelikula. Gaya sa Pelikula is a 2020 Philippine web series starring Ian Pangilinan and Paulo Pangilinan. Carl, an architecture student, moves into his uncle's unit, takes on odd jobs online and left short on funds. His neighbor Vlad hides him from his family, proposes that they become housemates for the semestral break in exchange for rent. The series is available on Netflix and Globe Studios' official YouTube channel.
Gusto mo ba ako? Di ko alam.
Ned's Project. Ned's Project is 2016 Filipino independent LGBT comedy drama film. The film is about an itinerant tattoo artist who joins a talent reality show for lesbians in the hopes of winning the prize money that will enable her to get artificially inseminated and achieve her lifelong dream of becoming a mother.
Anakan mo ko.
Anong tinira mo, Lukmoy?
Rainbow's Sunset. Rainbow's Sunset tells the story of an 84-year-old man who comes out as gay to his children in his senior years to take care of his cancer-stricken lover. Each of his children has his or her own troubles and victories, and so does his wife Sylvia, and he was torn between his duty on his family and his true love.
Ano nilang sasabihin ng mga tao?
Anong pakialam ko anong sabihin nila? Ano? Nabakla ako?
Call Her Ganda. Call Her Ganda is a documentary film that tells us the story of Jennifer Laude. When Jennifer Laude, a Filipina trans woman, is brutally murdered by a U.S. Marine, 3 women intimately invested in the case, an activist attorney, a transgender journalist, and Jennifer's mother galvanize a political uprising, pursuing justice and taking on hardened histories of U.S. imperialism.
Members of our community are killed every day.